Good morning, class 10. Welcome all of you in this special class of mathematics. Students, today we are in chapter 2, Polynomials. Polynomials, you must have learned about the polynomials in your previous class. So I don't want to go in detail what are polynomials, but in general, the algebraic terms which have only one term, that is called monomial. Mono means single. Monomial, understand the algebraic expressions which have only one term, monomial. If the number of terms 2, that is called binomial. And similarly, number of terms 3, that is called trinomial, etc., etc. And if number of terms, they are called polynomial. So if numbers are 1, 2, and 3, we have some specific names: monomial, binomial, trinomial. And suppose a polynomial has 10 terms, so you can say polynomial of 10 terms, like that. Linear polynomial, you see, these are the polynomials. Polynomials may have 2 variables or maybe 1. Suppose this is 3x plus 5. Number of terms 2. But if I ask you, what is the degree of this polynomial? So degree means the maximum power of the variable. The maximum power of the variable of any polynomial is called degree of the polynomial. So if I ask you what is the degree of the polynomial 3x plus 5, you can say, sir, 1. Because x power 1, and here no power of x, so it is understood x power 0. So the degree of the polynomial is 1. That is called linear polynomial. If the number of if the variables are maximum power 2, that is called quadratic polynomial. Similarly, the maximum number of power of the variable is 3, that is cubic polynomial, and maximum number of power of the variable 4, that is biquadratic, like that. So these are the some polynomials. So you understood what are linear polynomial, quadratic polynomial, cubic polynomial, biquadratic polynomial, and so on. So these are according to the degree of the polynomial. They are named after linear, quadratic, cubic, and biquadratic, like that. Now you see the zeros of the polynomial. What are zeros? Zeros means, now you see, suppose this is a cubic polynomial, linear polynomial. And now if I ask, what is the zero of this? So zero means the value of the variable. The value of variable of any polynomial, if you put that value and if we get the absolute value of this polynomial 0, that value is called zeros of the polynomial. किसी polynomial में zero का मतलब what is the value of the variable so that its total value will be 0. So you can see here, suppose this is 0, x is equal to minus 5 by 3. This minus 5 by 3 is called 0 of this polynomial. If you put this value in this equation, so you will get 0. So minus 5 by 3 is 0 of this linear polynomial. Now you see, so you understood what are the zeros. Zeros mean the value of the variable. The value of the variable, on putting that value, if we get the value of polynomial is 0, that value is called 0th of the polynomial. Now you see quadratic polynomial. Suppose this is x squared plus 12x plus 35. Now one thing you should remember, the number of degree, the number of zeros. Linear polynomial 1 0, quadratic polynomial there will be 2 zeros, cubic polynomial there will be 3 zeros, like this. So you should learn these points. Suppose this is quadratic polynomial, so as I told you, there will be 2 zeros of this polynomial. Now you have to find what are those values. So how will you find the zeros of this? So now we factorize the given polynomial. Now you factorize, you have learned in class 7, 9, also 7x, 5x plus 3, 35. Now you take x common in first two terms, so x plus 7, and here 5 is common, x plus 7. Now you see x plus 7 and x plus 5. These are the factorization of this given polynomial. Now what are the zeros? The zeros are minus 7, minus 5. Because if you, the value of this will be 0, the x plus 7 is equal to 0, the x is equal to minus 7, similarly x is equal to minus 5. So these are the zeros of this quadratic polynomial. So this depends upon the question, nature of the question, how the questions are given. And now you see what are the relationship of zeros with the coefficients. So zeros are minus 7 and minus 5. Sum of zeros, you can see this is a formula, minus b by a, and product of zeros c by a. And this is the general form, standard form, quadratic polynomial, ax squared plus bx plus c, a coefficient of x squared, b coefficient of x, c is the constant term. But a should not be equal to 0. This is the condition. Because if you put a is equal to 0, so this term will be 0. So there will be no quadratic polynomial. And therefore, this is the condition. A should not be equal to 0. So this is the a coefficient of x squared, b coefficient of x, and c constant term. So these two formulas, minus b by a, sum c by a, product of the zero. Now you see sum of zeros. So we have got 0 minus 7 plus minus 5. You will get minus 12. How will you write minus 12? You see here. This can be written minus 12. We can write minus 12 upon 1. So minus 12 upon minus 12 upon 1 is minus 12 upon 1. This means minus, what is 12 in the given polynomial? Coefficient of x. And 1 is coefficient of x squared. This is the relationship. How will you find? You factorize, you will get the factor, you find the zero, you find the sum of zeros, minus 12. Minus 12 we can write minus 12 upon 1. So minus 12 means minus coefficient of x. Now you see product of zeros. The product of zeros, so we have got the zeros. We have got zeros minus 7, minus 5. So product will be minus 7 into minus 5 is equal to 35. Now 35 can be written 35 by 1. So you can write 35 by 1. What is 35 in the given polynomial? This is a constant term. Constant term and upon coefficient of x squared. So this is the relationship of zeros with the coefficients. So today you learn how can you find the zeros of given polynomial and how can you verify or how can you show the relationship of zeros with the coefficient. Now you see question, first question you see x squared minus 2x. First question you see, yeah, exercise 2.2. In 2.1, the equations are drawn on a graph. No need to draw the graph, but I explain if you draw quadratic polynomial or cubic polynomial, you will get curved line. If you plot the points, linear polynomial, you get a straight line. But in cubic or in quadratic polynomial, if you plot these points, you will get a curved line that is called parabola. इसको parabola बोलते हैं. Parabola is a curved line which is obtained when we draw the graph of quadratic polynomial or linear polynomial. Now you can see how many zeros. So number of points on which, number of points at which the curved line intersect the x-axis. That number of points is called zeros of the polynomial. Suppose a polynomial has उसका ये curved line, how many zeros? 2 zeros. Because these 2 points at which the curved line intersecting the x-axis. Now you see how many zeros? No zeros, because this curved line is not intersecting the x-axis, so there will be no zero. Now you see another curved line, suppose like this. How many zeros? 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is 2.1. So in 2.1, no need to draw the graph. With the given graph, you have to find out only number of zeros. Number of zeros means number of points at which the parabola may be this type or this type. So number of points at which curved line, curve intersect the x-axis, that is called number of points, number of zeros. So how many zeros? Like this. This is very simple. Now you see that 2.2. One question is x squared minus 2x minus 8. You have to find 0. 4 to 8, 4x plus 2x factorize. Now you see x common, x minus 4. And this will be 2 common, x minus 4. So x minus 4 and x plus 2. What are the zeros? Zeros are 4 and minus 2. These are the zeros. Now you see sum of the zeros. Relationship. So sum of zeros, 4 plus minus 2 is equal to 2. So 2 you can write, that can be written minus 2 by 1 is equal to minus 2 is coefficient of x. Coefficient of x upon 1 coefficient of x squared. And now you see product of zeros. Product of zeros. So we have got zeros 4 and minus 2, minus 8. You see here, minus 8 upon 1. Minus 8 can be written minus 8 by 1 means constant term upon coefficient of x squared. So my dear students, today you have learned how will you find the zeros of given polynomial? So a few questions in question number 1, you will try to solve. So you factorize and with the factor you write the zeros. Now you find the sum of the zeros minus 2. Yeah, we are getting 2. And now you see the given polynomial. So 2 can be written minus 2 by 1. Minus 2 coefficient of x and 1 coefficient of x square. So that's all for today. So you will solve 2.2, 2.1 on the graph. So you can easily solve. That's all for today. Thank you.